A new report has surfaced that recounts how the Ukrainians attempted to convince a Russian pilot bombing Ukraine to defect with his Su-34 fighter bomber in exchange for $1 million. Yahoo News interviewed a Ukrainian volunteer, Bona, who came up with and launched this intricate plan to seize control of the Russian fighter aircraft. The Ukrainian volunteers, working closely with their country's intelligence service, apparently came close to persuading 3 Russian aviators who were in the midst of bombing Ukraine to defect with their warplanes in exchange for $1 million apiece. At first, the Russian pilots all thought it was a scam. But they agreed to go along with it anyway, especially after the initial payments came through. The Ukrainian plan was straightforward. The Russian pilots would simply fly the multi-million-dollar aircraft into Ukrainian airspace, where it would be met by Ukrainian interceptors and escorted safely to a designated landing strip. One Russian pilot offered to drug his own navigator pre-flight. Another proposed reporting non-existent technical malfunctions to hoodwink his co-pilot and central command. Ukraine would not only grant all of defectors full amnesty but outfit them with new passports, as well as ones for chosen members of their families, with whom they'd be comfortably resettled somewhere in Europe. The plot was reminiscent of the Cold War case of Viktor Belenko, a Soviet pilot who in 1976 defected with his MiG-25 from Russia's Far East to Japan. All 3 pilots also provided valuable Russian military secrets in the course of establishing their bona fides, including sharing images and recordings of the cockpits and instrument panels in their cutting-edge planes as well as details of their air bases for several $1,000s. None of the pilots defected in the end. There is strong evidence that most if not all of them were found out by Russia's FSB or Federal Security Service, one of the successor agencies to the Soviet KGB. Russia maintains that the whole plan was in fact orchestrated by the FSB from the start. The Ukrainians insist the FSB only got involved late in the negotiations, after sincere commitments were made by each pilot. Kyiv also maintains its failure to acquire Russian warplanes was nonetheless a success since it gleaned valuable technical information about Russia's air force and compromised 3 military officers, at least one of whom has not flown combat missions since.